Alright, yeah, we're recording. Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just give y'all a quick update what we got working on in the shop today. Pretty nice day. I had to go in half a day and work. Now I'm gonna take the rest of the day off and see what I can get done out here in the shop. Anyway, so we'll spin you around, show you what's crappening. Alright, we're still working on the rusty project here. I got some of the floor in it. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the corner situation and you know, roll that in and make it, you know, look halfway decent. So I run out of did a bunch of welding on some projects, which I really didn't want to show nobody, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. Well, it's probably gonna shoot me. Here's a little sneak peek what we got going on underneath here. Oh, hey, yeah, that's all you get. Anyway, so I did a bunch of welding on some projects over here and ran out of gas for the welder. So I got me a new bottle over there, kicking already got it mounted up. So now I can get back to working on this. But in the meantime, kind of got some stuff cleared around. So we are back to working on the Cat. This is the Cat Duster MX. There's a big event coming up. Y'all, if y'all watch my last video, the Pull Start Picnic, that's gonna be here before you know it. Then we got paint, which paints is first. But anyway, I really want to try and have this thing ready for the first ever Pull Start Picnic. So kind of show you what we got going on right here is already got the wheels, I'm sorry, the rims, tires, whatever you want to call it. Got the rims all blasted and the rear sprocket, so I'm gonna go powder coat that. But today's project, I got this my good old buddy Jeremy, and thanks brother. So it's let me remember what it is. Yeah, we got an HS50. So I'm gonna get this thing ripped apart. It already runs. I ran it real good, dropped the oil in it twice. Motor runs really good. So what we're gonna do is today's project, I'm not gonna film all of it because I fixed to crank the tunes, and plus the guy next door is mowing his yard making a bunch of racket. But anyway, so what I'm gonna get done today, the game plan is to get this thing all stripped down. I'm not gonna tear into the motor. I already cleaned the carburetor, but basically I'm gonna tear it all apart, put a new rope in it, get the clutch and everything off, remount this gas tank, put a new air filter in it, you know, the typical stuff, and get the stickers and everything off of it. And I'm going to give it a nice, good, fresh black coat of paint. I wish I could really keep that sticker, but anyway, I think I have some more stashed somewhere. So when I get the gas tank put back around on the front side over here, the fan shroud should have one up underneath there, which I don't see one. So we'll get this off, put a new one on there to try and make it look as period as correct. So that's the game plan for today. And as soon as the neighbor stops for just a minute on mowing, I'll give you all a quick show of my paint booth after I got it all done. So hold tight, we'll be right back. All right, I got a quick break. Neighbor's mowing the other side of his yard. So we're gonna run out here real quick and show you my redneck paint booth, powder coat booth. So I'm very happy with it. Yeah, it might not be suitable to somebody's needs, but from what I'm doing, it works extremely great, because when I'm in the shop, want to paint something, I get overspray all over my toolboxes and everything else that I'm working on, and it's caused a bunch of headache and problems when I look back later and realize I didn't cover something up, and it's got overspray on it or powder dust from powder coating. So we'll take a look at this and I'll kind of show you how I rednecked it up, but it works really great because I can come out here, turn the lights on, hang something up to paint it, and if it's raining outside, I'm inside, got a heater in it, blah, blah, blah. So let's go check it out. Nothing fancy, but it works extremely great for what I use it for. I got outside air. I haven't ran air to it. It's got electricity, but I run my air hose from my shop over here to it. So when I get ready to come in here, let's flip on the light switch. Yeah, it's not too bad. I do have to finish up one thing. I got this window right here. When I open this one window, I have some aluminum brackets that I made that go on the outside, so I can slide a house air filter, kind of like these right here. These are house air filters. You know, you can see I've been painting powder coating or painting black stuff, but I kind of need to finish that up a little bit. Actually, this thing can stay in here. We'll take it down so you can see the fan. But anyway, like I was saying, I have some brackets made, so whenever I do get ready, so I have a draft through here. I do have some small vents right up there in the very top that have screens on them, keep bugs and everything out. but I really want a little bit more airflow through here. So when I get ready to paint or whatever, I can sling that window open, slide a filter in. I got them where I want to put them on the outside because the filters that I have a bunch of that I got a while back actually fit the outside of the window. Seals pretty good. So there's my powder coating deal. So I can basically powder coat whatever I can stick in this here Black & Decker oven. And I had some old aluminum that I got at the scrapyard laying around, and basically made a fold up table. So if I need room in here and not powder coating, I can take this table and pull the little pins, the legs fold up and drops down. And this snazzy thing, like I said, I got a bunch of aluminum that I got from the scrapyard. If you ever got a scrapyard in your area, go check them out. Usually you can buy stuff extremely cheap. So I got a bunch of big pieces. And this stand right here, if y'all know what that is, if any of y'all ever bought a Megamoto 80 from Go Power Sports or one of their smaller bikes, that's the shipping crate that the bike comes in. Basically, I just cut some pieces off and moved it around, and I mean, it's not real sturdy, but it works great for you know, a table to work on. I mean, you can tear down your motor on it. I threw a little shelf underneath it, so whenever I'm dragging my powder coat stuff out, I have a table to sit my gun and the powder coater and everything on. So very handy. It's a useful thinking, I guess. But anyway, it's getting kind of warm in here. Let's see. I don't know how that look on the camera, but I got two lights, LED lights that I got from, I think the wife got these for me at Sam's, I think. They were a pretty good deal on them. And they work great above your workbench. But I got these fans, and let's see, they got like a high, medium, and low on them. So I got everything wired up. So you can tell on this one right here, I painted one time, it didn't have a filter on it, and it got white paint all over it. But it comes in, works pretty good. There's louvers on the outside. So just come over here and flip whatever speed you want. The louvers open up. And you can turn it down, crank it up. So it works really good. Plus I got this other light that I put in, so you got plenty of extra light. And I'll have another one over here. It's wired up the same way. You just flip your switch, go to town, and sucks all your overspray out. But this way I can come out here and turn off the light. We get outside. It's getting warm in here. So anyway, that's how that works. Let me flip this thing back around and lock this door back up. Remember where I set my lock at. It's laying right here somewhere. Probably in my back pocket. But anyway, so that's it's a pretty cool deal. That way whenever I'm working on something, got to paint, I can go over here, paint it, powder coat it, leave it hanging, and that way I can stay in the shop and do other things, not make a big mess. So I'm going to turn the camera off and see if I can get the wheels cleaned up for the cat, get those powder coated today, and I'm going to start working on this OHS 50 and get it tore apart. Maybe I can get it in the paint booth today and get a coat of paint on it. So y'all stay tuned for a brief message, and I'll be back right after that. All right, well, we got the old Tecumseh tore all apart. I did go ahead and pull the head off since I had to pull a couple of the head bolts off to get the fuel tank bracket. I figured, well, I'm pretty sure I got one laying around here, and plus I wanted to see what the bore looked like down inside here. Can't really zoom in on it, but the bore is actually pretty good because this thing didn't smoke or rattle. It was running definitely on the rich side, so got a little carbon got to get cleaned up. Head gasket wasn't too bad a shape. We'll put a new one on there. But I want to check this out. This was underneath the fan shroud. That's like a big old, I don't know, bee nest, wasp nest, whatever. But luckily everybody got evicted and wasn't nobody home, because that would have been a bad deal taking that off with the occupants in it. But anyway, so got it all ripped apart. I went in and pulled the flywheel off so I can get to the points and then check all that off. And to get the flywheel off, I had to get that off to get this backing plate off so I could get it all cleaned up and get it all painted where everything looks good. Only problem I ran into is this tank mount. Let me see if we can grab it here. It was basically, look in the camera, it was basically bolted in this general area here, and the tank was hanging off the pull start side. So normally, sometimes you could take these brackets and flip them around over here to the front, which this one should basically, if it mounted on the front of the engine, you would have 3 bolt holes. You got the 2 here, and normally you have another one, and this is a lot shallower, little U-shaped in it. So this one definitely is, it's not really going to work like it's supposed to. And you have a bottom bracket. Oh, let me grab it. This bottom bracket supports the bottom of your fuel tank, and there's always a hole that they put in that holds the little fan shroud piece on the Tecumseh down here that takes this hole. That bolts right here, and so you got 2 bolts that go through the bottom to support your tank. Well, this is actually a short bracket since it was mounted, you know, on the fan shroud. So I thought maybe somebody might have moved it. But that's originally where this one came, and that's what that top stud is for right there. It's where that bracket bolted. So that being said, I'm going to have to dig around in the old stash pile and find a bracket that's a little bit longer right here, so the bolts line up, and I got to find a different top mount. So, and this tank wasn't too bad a shape. I got some stuff that I can paint this with and re-brighten it, but I'm going to look and see what I got in my stash pile. Got the exhaust took apart. This is the little kind of like deflector they put on it, because the inside of this muffler for Tecumseh is made this way with the 2 screw holes. But I got to noticing it was when it was on the bike, it was a little kind of, or on the engine, it was kind of bent down a little bit. So you can kind of see it probably got dropped or bent or whatnot. So I got to try and fix this and get that straightened back out. But we're going to call that a wrap for today. I got the other stuff powder coating out there. And we're going to get this thing cleaned up. I'm not going to rebuild it. I'm not going to reseal it. I'm just going to tape it up, get all the carbon and everything cleaned up on the piston and the valves. I'm going to give it a good steam cleaning with some Super Clean or Awesome. I like to use that stuff. We're going to give it a good bath, give it a good paint job, and we're going to put a rope in here. Look at this rope, and it's not too bad, but make sure that stays jiving. We're going to call that a wrap for today. I got to get all this mess cleaned up and get stuff thrown in the vat to get cleaned up. So we're going to call it a day, and we'll be back when we get more on the wrapping up on this there cat project.